Now on Good Morning Northwest, Spokane families say they don't feel safe in some city parks. Voters decide next month whether to approve a $240 million levy that could quadruple the ranger force. We'll break down the numbers just ahead.
And it's the last combination of weather like this in your forecast for a while. Sunshine and warmer than average temperatures.
And Spokane police search for a shooter who killed a 46-year-old man in the Logan neighborhood. Investigators say the victim and the gunman knew each other. Coming up, the victim's identity and the manhunt for a killer. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. Welcome to your Wednesday, October 22nd. Meteorologist Matt Gray here with a look at our first alert forecast. Hey, Matt.
Hey, good morning, everybody. And yeah, taking a look outside, or at least attempting to take a look outside. Let's see if we can get the cams up here, because we do have a little bit of fog we want to talk about here this morning. There you go, commute getting started, and it's a little bit low visibility in Coeur d'Alene to start our day. That fog kind of developed around the lake. It has moved into the downtown area and all the way up to I-90, 37 right now. Meanwhile, it is clear and 40 degrees in Spokane. So sunrise still more than an hour away, well more than an hour away. So could cool off just a little bit more before things go on. So expect to start off in the 30s. We'll be in the 40s, though, pretty quickly, I think, in many areas later this morning. Temperatures in the afternoon up into the 60s. We got really close in many areas yesterday. I think we get over the hump today. Sunshine, 60s, well above our average, which is actually right about 53 or so this time of the year. So with that, this is our last day, as I mentioned right at the top of the program, for that combination of warm weather and sunny weather along with it. We'll stay warm, but the clouds are going to be rolling in as we head later on this week, and wet weather is going to not be far behind. So I'll give you an update on that wet weekend we've been talking about over the last few days coming up.
Matt, thanks. Well, Spokane is known for its parks, but some families say they don't feel safe visiting some of our parks anymore.
In just a few weeks, Spokane voters will decide on a $240 million levy that the Parks Department says would help address that. This measure is part of the Together Spokane proposal, a joint initiative between Spokane Public Schools and Spokane Parks and Rec. We turned to social media to hear your questions about the parks portion of the plan, and a common concern was safety. The Parks Department says if passed, 35% of the levy funds would go directly toward, or rather would go toward daily maintenance and making the park safer. A top priority on a long list of proposed projects would be hiring more park rangers.
They're able to create relationships for the users that are using the park, and then also be able to communicate with some of the activity to address the activity before it even becomes an issue.
Spokane Park says if only the levy passes, it would be able to double its team of rangers. But if both the levy and the school bond pass, the ranger team would quadruple, bringing it to 16. This is because SPS would fund the additional rangers and include after-hour patrols at schools. We are still taking your questions about the parks portion of the Together Spokane initiative. Go to the 4 News Now Facebook page and ask your questions, or you can send us an email at news4@kxly.com.
The city of Spokane Valley says all of its parks have officially been winterized, and with that comes some changes to the community that you should be aware of. All of the drinking fountains and splash pads are now turned off, and the restrooms are closed. The park hours have also been adjusted. They're now open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Renovations to park facilities will begin on January 2nd.
We are following breaking news out of Spokane Valley this morning. Police are trying to track down a man accused of robbing a 7-Eleven at gunpoint early Monday morning. Take a good look at your screen. Deputies say this man walked into 7-Eleven on North Park Road just after 2 o'clock Monday morning. They say he grabbed a few things, then pulled out what appeared to be a gun and told the clerk to open the register. He took off with cash, cigarettes, and other items. Luckily, the clerk wasn't hurt, but authorities say the suspect is a white man, possibly in his 30s or 40s, wearing a dark jacket with a hood. They also say he's got a tattoo on his right cheek and a patch of facial hair under his lip. If you recognize him or know anything at all, call the police immediately. That number is on your screen, 509-477-3325. Reporting in the studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
The medical examiner's office released the name of the man who was shot and killed in Spokane's Logan neighborhood Friday night. 46-year-old Sean Cranford died from gunshot wounds to his torso and lower leg. The Spokane police say Cranford and the shooter knew each other, but they have not released any information on the gunman's identity. An arrest has not been made in the shooting either, at least it hasn't been announced. Police want anyone with information to call Crime Check and let them know. That number is on your screen, 509-456-2233. The neighborhood around Cannon Hill Park is in the final steps of becoming a historic district.
If the city council and the mayor approve the designation, homeowners will have to abide by new restrictions from the Spokane Historic Preservation Commission. This commission would review any kinds of changes that homeowners want to make to the fronts of their homes that face the street. 70% of the homes already approved making the neighborhood a historic district. It's now just needing to be approved by the city council and the mayor.
And we love the neighborhood, we love the nostalgia of the old homes and want to keep them that way. On the other hand, I'm against, not my backyard NIMBY, and I felt that this was a little bit of an overreach.
The Spokane Historic Preservation Commission expects that designation to become official by the end of the year if it is approved. But of course, we'll keep you updated.
Good morning, Northwest Times, now 6 minutes after 6.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray. A place with some beautiful fall colors is that Cannon Hill neighborhood. They got some beautiful trees.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody's kind of getting into that peaking, except for the trees in my house, which are only now just starting to go. Everybody else seems to be doing good, so I don't know what's up with that. I'm not a botanist. I'm a meteorologist. We'll do some meteorology coming up.
Babies recovering from prenatal drug exposure get a second chance at Maddie's Place. The local nonprofit celebrates 3 years of keeping families together during recovery. Its leaders want to help so many more. Expansion plans coming up.
Plus, Oregon asks a federal judge to remove California's National Guard from Portland. The legal battle escalates 3 days after a court blocked President Trump from deploying Oregon troops. The latest developments that's ahead.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Cal Cars in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
Donnie, the advocates excel in car, truck, and motorcycle cases, resulting in millions of dollars for our clients.
That makes me sad.
Sad? Why sad?
Just thinking about the ones that don't bring their cases to us.
Oh, that is sad.
When it comes to taking care of your car, trust the family-owned service department that puts you first. At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we don't just fix cars, we keep your family safe on the road. With no hidden fees or surprise charges, you'll always know exactly what you're paying for. And with us, you only pay a 6% tax on parts, never on labor. Come to Coeur d'Alene Honda, where quality service meets honest pricing every time. Call us to schedule an appointment today.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
Escape to Missisquoi Casino Hotel, just north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah. Enjoy the region's only non-smoking casino, featuring exciting ways to win, delicious food options, and a beautiful hotel to book your next getaway. Relax, rejuvenate, and discover more fun with our hotel amenities, including a sparkling pool, modern fitness center, and a convenient ski locker room designed for guests heading to the slopes. Plan your perfect staycation and book today at Missisquoi.com.
Born and raised in Spokane, Zach Sapone is a teacher who understands our challenges to get ahead. Zach goes above and beyond, standing up for working and middle-class families like his own. On council, he's delivered results, making housing more affordable, improving streets and transit, and creating safe, vibrant neighborhoods. Zach knows there's more to be done. That's why he's pushing forward on homelessness, housing, and public safety.
I'm Zach Sapone. I'm asking for your vote so we can keep fighting for everyone to have a fair shot.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
Give us a call today.
The advocates are a team of dedicated
Personal injury lawyers who
are prepared to go to trial.
So getting the maximum recovery amount
is the reason we never back down.
So when you're injured,
call the advocates.
Wow. It's like we finished
each other's sentences.
It is 10 minutes after the hour. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is set to visit Israel today.
That's according to 2 Israeli officials. It would be a remarkable third trip to Israel by a senior U.S. official in the span of just 2 weeks, following visits by President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are also currently in Israel. This is all an indication of the political capital the Trump administration is using to maintain the Gaza ceasefire and advance negotiations for the next phase of the agreement.
Oregon is asking a federal judge to remove California's National Guard from Portland. This comes 3 days after a judge blocked President Trump from deploying Oregon's National Guard. The state says the new motion is based on the same facts. About 100 National Guard troops have arrived in Oregon. Trump says they are protecting ICE agents and federal property amid violent protests. California and Portland have joined Oregon in the motion. California Governor Gavin Newsom is planning a lawsuit over the deployment.
It's time to plan your day. Mostly clear conditions, a lot of sunshine this morning. Some areas of patchy fog, such as around Coeur d'Alene, to deal with. Then for this afternoon, might even be able to ditch the sweater if you've gotten used to the cooler temperatures lately. Warm fall conditions start to turn cloudy ahead of changes this evening.
The local nonprofit Maddie's Place just celebrated its 3-year anniversary. Maddie's Place provides support for babies recovering from prenatal substance exposure. We spoke with the organization's founder and CEO, Sean Cross, who says it's a privilege to help these families, and it shows that recovery is possible.
People whose families had been totally broken up, and now their families are coming back together. They're getting custody of other children that they'd lost before. And so I think we're really onto something. And so that's what we're celebrating, is that we're giving, have the privilege and chance to provide hope to a bunch of people that didn't have any hope.
In its 3 years, Maddie's Place has given more than 150 parents struggling with addiction and babies born addicted to drugs a safe place to get clean. And Cross says they're just getting started here. He hopes to expand the facility so they can support more families through recovery and reunification, doing some really awesome work for families here in Spokane.
Indeed.
Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:12.
Hundreds of thousands of federal workers face another missed paycheck as critical programs risk collapse. Heating assistance and food benefits hang in the balance. The shutdown's growing impact coming up a little later on Good Morning Northwest.
First, a commercial break, and this live look. It looks like we're looking over downtown Spokane here. You can see, you kind of hear the highway, hear the start to our day. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. We'll see you right after the break.
How did a quiet walk in the park become one of Spokane's most shocking murder cases? I'm Kirsten O'Connor with 4 News Now. Join me for Murder in the Park on 509's Most Notorious Crimes tonight at 7 on KXLY+.
Liberty safes are the best safes money can buy, and now save up to $500 on select models at Wing Sales. Choose from the largest selection of Liberty safes, free curbside delivery. Wing Sales, safe stoves and more. Trent and Freya, sale going on now.
BECU and 4 News Now are teaming up for the Great American Flag Swap. On November 7th, bring your old tattered flag to BECU and exchange it for a new one with the help of Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift. This November, let's thank veterans and military families.
BECU is proud to be part of the Great American Flag Swap. We're honored to live in a community that supports veterans and military families who sacrifice for the benefit of us all. Visit us in Spokane and see what banking is like when people come first. BECU, not for profit, equals more for people.
Join the Circle of Life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Returning to Spokane for 3 weeks only this January. Get your tickets today at BroadwaySpokane.com.
It's time for 4 News Now, Coats for Kids. Drop off new or gently used coats at any of our sponsored locations. We'll bring them to Alsco for professional cleaning, then get them out to local children in need. Donate Coats for Kids through October 31st.
Fred's Appliance is proud to partner with Coats for Kids, and we're giving you a chance to give back and win big. When you donate your coats, you'll be entered for a chance to win a beautiful Bosch dishwasher with free installation. You can drop off your coats at any of our Fred's Appliance locations.
The purpose of a city council is to represent its residents, to improve
improve community life and to guide city operations for the benefit of its citizens. So, how's your Spokane City Council doing? Our elected officials have forbidden police to stop public camping on our streets. Kate Tellis is also against enforcement. But Alejandro is for stopping criminal activity on our streets while offering real help to those in need. So please, vote for Alejandro to restore our safety.
Avamere South Hill is so much more than just a home. We're enhancing lives every single day.
My home was heaven on earth, and now Avamere is heaven on earth.
Everybody's very friendly here and welcoming.
Come visit us and experience the Avamere difference.
Liberty safes are the best safes money can buy, and now save up to $500 on select models at Wing Sales. Choose from the largest selection of Liberty safes, free curbside delivery. Wing Sales, safe stoves and more. Trent and Freya, sale going on now. 4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:16. Tensions rise on a famous street in New York. Agents launching a crackdown on illegal vendors.
One of 2 federal operations turning violent in the last 24 hours. ABC's Mola Lenghi has the details.
Overnight, protesters demanding the release of migrants detained during an ICE raid in Lower Manhattan. Canal Street, a famous destination for bargain shopping and knockoff designer goods, descending into chaos yesterday. Federal officers, including ICE agents, searching the street for undocumented immigrants as part of an operation the Homeland Security Department says was focused on criminal activity relating to selling counterfeit goods. Vendors packing up their goods, trying to flee. Agents making multiple arrests.
It's gotten a little hairy at points with people running, people falling down in the street, and federal agents running after them.
Crowds forming as bystanders and protesters confronted the agents, leading to shouting, shoving, and at least one protester being arrested.
They were protesting what you guys were doing.
Homeland Security says the protesters became violent and obstructed law enforcement duties, including blocking vehicles and assaulting law enforcement. Meanwhile, across the country in Los Angeles,
This is 20th and Trinity. Looks like they wedged the vehicle. Shots were fired. We see the windows were blown out.
officials say a U.S. Marshal and a suspected undocumented immigrant with a criminal record were both shot and wounded during a targeted traffic stop. They say the suspect rammed a federal vehicle while trying to evade arrest. Officers opening fire, hitting him on the elbow. A bullet ricocheting into the hand of a U.S. Marshal. The suspect, a 44-year-old TikTok influencer, is known for recording video of ICE operations and has even been recognized by the city for his contributions to the community. Well, he's charged with assaulting a federal officer and could face 8 years in prison if convicted. Mola Lenghi, ABC News, New York.
All right, at 6:18, here is a live look. Looking down at Spokane, our beautiful city, on this morning, and you know it's not too bad out there. We've obviously had cooler mornings.
We have had cooler mornings,
and we will have more.
And we will have cooler mornings. Yes, I think the will is the big part. The will have more coming, all that stuff. So let's enjoy this beautiful weather while we have it today. Yeah. Yeah, it's fall, so definitely had a little bit of sweatery weather here this morning. But as you can see, what we had yesterday, I mean, we're talking about some more beautiful weather like this with just some fair weather clouds. Temperatures going to be even a little bit warmer than yesterday as we get up into the 60s solidly almost everywhere across our region. Boy, what beautiful weather we've had in many places so far this week. Here's what our highs are going to be today. 64 in Coeur d'Alene. We'll be at 61 in Spokane, although some neighborhoods will be a little bit warmer than that. Look at St. Mary's and Kellogg, 67. Pretty warm in parts of North Idaho. Look at the LC Valley in the 70s, 60s, and generally across much of our region. A few spots like Colville and Winthrop will only get into the upper 50s, a little bit more sheltered, a little bit less sunlight with the narrower valleys. Here's what we have in the I-90 corridor. So, yeah, just a little bit warmer in downtown Spokane at 62, but then you get into the valley and we're talking about mid-60s. You could probably just a sweater for a couple of hours this afternoon. I think it'll be quite comfortable for spending a little bit of time outside if you are able. Now, a lot of our part of this, rather, is coming from some southerly wind, which is ahead of a couple of weather systems that we are tracking. The first one here isn't going to do much to our neck of the woods. We'll see a couple of showers today in the Cascades. and then we'll be looking for a little bit more cloud cover going into Thursday. It's actually this feature right here that is going to bring the wet weather to us as we head into the end of the week and into the weekend. So you can see here a little bit more cloud cover this evening as that weak system passes up to our north in BC. Then cloudier conditions for the rest of the week. By the time we get to midday Friday, we've got those showers moving in, and it will be soggy Friday night and then through Saturday and into Sunday as well as the system passes through, lowering snow levels. You can see the blue there, our mountain passes. There could be some travel issues, especially through the Cascades as we head through Sunday and into Monday, and quite the temperature change over the next 7 days as well.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Something.
All right, Matt, thanks. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:20.
The Washington State Cougars came close to big-time upsets on the road in back-to-back weekends, but fell short both times. After the break, what head coach Jimmy Rogers had to say about getting his team back in a friendlier environment to pick up another win. That's next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier.
My air conditioner was not working. All I needed was a replacement sequencer. I called another company and they wanted to replace the unit for over $10,000. I was so glad I listened to my neighbor who recommended I get a second opinion from Andy's.
Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
My father's spirit, all is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night were come! Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise. Though all the earth overwhelmed too many times.
Do you have old or unused medication? Keep your loved ones safe by disposing of your unneeded medications at a drop-off location. It's a simple way to make your home safer and to help prevent misuse or accidental poisoning. Find a secure take-back kiosk near you at medtakebackwashington.org.
It's all-wheel drive season this week at Findlay Honda Spokane, where we are taking our top-rated CR-Vs, HR-Vs, and Honda Pilots and Ridgeline trucks and marking them down.
Save up to $2,800 on CR-Vs.
And save up to $3,000 on Ridgeline trucks.
And save up to $3,999 on Honda Pilot.
It's the perfect time to trade up to a better set of wheels before the winter months arrive. This week at Findlay Honda Spokane.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. Another tough weekend in the rear view for these road WSU Cougs. They're nearing the end of their 35-day trip away from home and would love to return to Martin Stadium and more wins after consecutive ranked heartbreakers. Washington State fell 22-20 to number 18 Virginia this weekend, marking consecutive road losses to ranked teams by 5 combined points. Great efforts that fell just short a couple weeks in a row. WSU's only home blemish is the ugly Apple Cup loss, but has another shot to restart wins at home when they host the Toledo Rockets this Saturday. And head coach Jimmy Rogers spoke on the advantages of coming home after being away for such an unusually long stretch.
But overall, I think it's great for our players to play in front of our fan base and play in front of our students and play in front of, family that can come in and visit them and stay for the weekend. Those things are important, and they're not needing to fly all the way across the country to see us play. Overall, we're going to play who's on our schedule and put our focus on the team, not necessarily where, because it's the same dimension of a field. We got to get ready to play regardless of who we're playing.
The Cougs end their longest road streak in 14 years. The home date against the lighter but still not easy opponent, those Rockets from the MAC, come to town. They're 4-3, but all of their losses came all in their road games. Watch out for their excellent defense in a showdown at 12:30 p.m. Saturday back at Martin Stadium. And your choices for this Friday Night Sports Extra Game of the Week are Meade taking on the Gonzaga Bullpups, University at Cheney, and the Lewiston Bengals at the Lakeland Hawks. You can vote right now on our website, KXLY.com. That's all for morning sports. Tune in on 4 News Now at 6 and Nightside tonight.
Go Cougs. Good luck to all the high school teams this week.
Yeah, it is now 6:25.
A new approach to housing in Spokane. The city selects an operator for its new tiny home village with specific requirements on who can live there. When it could be ready for residents, that's next.
Plus, Freya Street construction drags on for months past its deadline. Neighbors say the delays create new problems, including dangerous driving behavior. We'll look at the frustrations and when things could wrap up. That's just ahead. And as we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, how to conquer the rising cost of coffee.
This morning, I paid $7 for a large coffee.
$7?
Yep.
According to experts, smaller, independent roasters and coffee shops are going to experience fluctuations more quickly than major coffee chains.
Coffee prices are significantly higher than historical. The primary driver is that there are problems in the supply chain.
At this independent coffee store, the owners just told me 4 years ago they paid $1.50 a pound for coffee. Now they pay $6.50. So with prices this high, could you cut back?
On a regular cup of coffee, it would have to go up to maybe $12. I love coffee that much.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more expert tips to brew up savings while still getting that jolt of Java. With your GMA First Look, I'm Becky Worley, ABC News, Oakland, California.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture. Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi helped visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And with Skyrizi, many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease. Skyrizi is also approved for ulcerative colitis.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cottages of Spokane, specializing in memory care.
This month, get spooktacular savings on new Sierra 1500 Denali's with $16,250 off or 0% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we let our reviews speak for themselves. To see more of our reviews, just go to goldsealplumbing.com/reviews.
Gold Seal Plumbing, we're on our way.
It's time for 4 News Now, Coats for Kids.
Drop off new or gently used coats at any of our sponsored locations. We'll bring them to Alsco for professional cleaning, then get them out to local children in need. Donate Coats for Kids through October 31st.
Share the warmth and do good this winter. Buy a gently used coat for a child at Goodwill and donate in store. Or bring in a new or gently used coat. Every donated coat helps a child stay warm this winter. Together, let's change lives and keep lots of kids warm this winter.
This month, get spooktacular savings on new Sierra 2500 HD Denali's up to $15,000 off or 3.9% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, October 22nd. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray standing by to plan our days today. Is that a little bit of fog in Coeur d'Alene?
Yeah, a little foggy in Coeur d'Alene as we start our day. And in fact, around I-90, the fog getting progressively thicker as we've gone throughout the morning. It has been fairly dense as we've gone into the downtown area. And yeah, looking like that fog expanding a little bit this morning. So played a little bit of extra time with that limited visibility here in parts of Kootenai County. It's 39 in downtown Coeur d'Alene, 37 in Hayden, 44 in Liberty Lake. So some variableness for sure as you head up and down the I-90 corridor. 39 in Deer Park this morning. Seeing already hints of the milder weather that we're going to experience over the next couple of days, especially for this afternoon. You know, we got close to 60 yesterday. We're going to be well in the 60s for this afternoon. From Coeur d'Alene to Post Falls to Liberty Lake to Spokane, 62 to 64 degrees. Tell you what, that's pretty nice for an October afternoon. So get out and enjoy it if you can. Warm weather for Wednesday, mostly sunny, but then the rain is coming soon. We'll take a look at that coming up.
Matt, thanks. Well, Spokane is getting closer to completing its tiny home village in the West Hills.
It is just off of Sunset Boulevard and Government Way and meant for people experiencing homelessness. It was originally supposed to open in September, but the project was delayed due to the permit process. Yesterday, the Community Housing and Human Services Board took a step forward by recommending to the City Council that compassionate addiction treatment run the village. It says those who move in would not come directly from the streets, but would be referred from other programs. They would be people seeking recovery or long-term housing stability.
We want to have individuals who have shown some type of history or commitment to stabilizing themselves.
The city says this would hopefully prevent some of the concerns expressed by neighbors like drug use or increased crime. The City Council still has to vote on this recommendation, but the site could be up and running by December.
We are following breaking news out of D.C. Here is a live look at the White House this morning. You can see construction equipment and cranes over on the left-hand side of your screen as renovations continue today. And those construction crews are continuing to tear down part of the White House's East Wing today. This is all part of President Trump's new $250 million ballroom project. Construction kicked off earlier this week, and the president even hosted Republican senators at the White House while crews worked on site.
You probably hear the beautiful sound of construction to the back. You hear that sound? Oh, that's music to my ears.
Many say the project is moving too fast, and they're calling for more transparency. All this comes as the government shutdown hits day 22, with millions of federal workers still waiting for their next paycheck. The White House hasn't said whether construction will slow down or when the shutdown will end. But it's important to remember the project is being entirely funded by private donors, not American tax dollars. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Federal workers in Washington who have been furloughed or laid off due to the government shutdown can attend a free virtual webinar this week. The 90-minute session is hosted by the Washington State Employee Security Department. They'll walk people through unemployment benefits, applications, and available programs for assistance. The webinar is meant for both federal employees and federally funded state workers dealing with the effects of the shutdown. It'll take place tomorrow, October 23rd from 1 to 2:30 p.m. To sign up, look for this story. It's up right now on KXLY.com.
Construction crews continue working on Freya Street on the South Hill, but the delay is causing ongoing frustration for drivers and neighbors. In the spring, the city told us the project, which spans from 13th Avenue to 21st, was supposed to finish in August, but underground challenges changed the work plans. The city now expects the project to wrap up by early next month.
Just a lot of people going really fast down here. I'm not sure what that's all about. And then a lot of people going fast this way too. So yeah, the whole behavior has changed.
Trudy Huggins says that drivers become more reckless after that road closed, forcing people to find other routes. A city spokesperson says there are no plans to tear up Freya again for water main work in the next few years, at least.
Spokane is in a domestic violence crisis. Every year, our area reports some of the highest DV rates in the state and even the country. In Spokane, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 10 men are victims of domestic abuse. Spokane has several resources to turn to, but right now these organizations are taking a serious hit due to federal funding cuts.
We are seeing daily tangible impacts in the lack of funding, in the funding that has been removed from us. The fewer advocates that we have, the fewer support services that we have, the fewer rooms and shelter, the less access we have to transportation.
So where can people go to get the help they need, and how are these cuts impacting our community? You can watch my reports right here tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:35.
Meteorologist Matt Gray is back checking out what's happening. A lot of colors going on there.
A lot of colors here, so it's different heights of clouds. The colors are less important than what's happening as far as there's a lot of cloud activity things going on. A couple of systems we're watching. One provides just clouds. The other is going to provide a lot of rain.
Ooh.
So all that coming up at your forecast.
And so to come on Good Morning Northwest, go Cougs. Actually, more like go away, Coug. A cougar is captured wandering through a South Hill yard, putting the neighborhood on edge. What officials say you should do if you encounter a big cat like this. That's next.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Hi, Jessica.
I've heard that you can come the same day I call you.
Give us an address and we're on our way.
But how?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
I want you to come today.
We're on our way.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin? Relieve it in 60 seconds with Aveeno Skin Relief. With soothing triple oat complex, clinically proven to restore skin's moisture barrier for 72-hour hydration. Aveeno.
Post Falls ER and Hospital open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
Hello, I'm Linda Smithson. For more than 20 years, I have served Spokane's legal community as an attorney, a prosecutor, and your city attorney. I could retire, however, in the past few years, I've seen changes for the worse in public safety and drug addiction. That's why I felt a calling to run for Spokane Municipal Court Judge, position number 2, to reform community court and hold prolific offenders accountable. Spokane is my city, and I want to make it safer. With your vote, we'll restore public confidence in our court system.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Your junk isn't nearly as weird as you think.
I think it's weird.
We've picked up several thousand cans of tuna.
Wow.
400 wedding dresses, a chair made of pancakes, and a couch full of bees. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
How did a quiet walk in the park become one of Spokane's most shocking murder cases? I'm Kirsten O'Connor with 4 News Now. Join me for Murder in the Park on 509's Most Notorious Crimes tonight at 7 on KXLY+.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:38. A 39-year-old mother of 5 shot and killed during an evening walk in the park with her husband.
And the crime that shocked the community took an unexpected twist as investigators searched for the killer.
Certainly, there are a number of contradictions that, at first, when they emerged, could have been attributed perhaps to the trauma that Mr. DiBartolo had suffered, considering the loss of his wife and his own wounds. But as the investigation progressed, it became evident that there were some contradictions that obviously needed to be addressed.
Fingers been pointed in the wrong direction. The people that did this are still out there. The people that killed Patty are still out there.
County Sheriff's deputy arrested for the murder of his wife, but he was shot too. It is one of the 509's most notorious crimes. And tonight, streaming on KXLY+, we will show you the crime, the investigation, and the trial that had the former deputy shifting from grieving husband to defiant suspect.
Laughs, he says, "Found your piece." maybe we ought to just cap your ass. And as he pulled away, he shot again.
Did you get hit?
Yep. I said the gun went off. I'm dealing with the fact that I may have...
You may have what, sir?
I may have caused the gun to go off, okay? By grabbing the son of a bitch. That's what I'm dealing with every day.
Hear the frantic 911 call that Tom DiBartolo made while driving his wounded wife to the hospital. What led to his arrest, what his own son told 4 News Now about the crime. We hope you'll join us tonight by downloading the KXLY Plus streaming app to your connected smart TV for this week's episode of the 509's Most Notorious Crimes, Murder in the Park, streaming at 7 p.m.
And speaking of people we've featured on this streaming series, the South Hill rapist is moving again. Kevin Coe was released from that special commitment center on McNeil Island back in early October and moved to an adult care facility in Auburn. Auburn's mayor was not happy with the move and is now touting Coe's move out of the city. Mayor Nancy Backus was upset because she found out about Coe's release to her city through the media and believes that the transfer should have been communicated better. His new listing address is listed northeast of Tacoma.
And it's time to plan your day. Mostly clear conditions and sunshine. There is that patchy fog we got to deal with, though, right around the Coeur d'Alene area and a few other parts of the inland northwest. Warm fall weather for this afternoon. Enjoy it while it is here. Some clouds are rolling in tonight. That's going to signal the start of a bunch of changes on the way.
A cougar was spotted on Spokane's South Hill Tuesday morning, and some neighbors are worried for their safety. A security camera captured the big cat around 3 a.m. Mary Jo Stoners says she looked at the footage a couple of hours later when she was going to take her dog outside. She says she called her neighbors and the Department of Fish and Wildlife right away. Fish and Wildlife gave her some advice on what to do if she saw another cougar.
Don't ever turn around. Don't ever have your back to a cougar. And you want to appear as large as you can. And if you're wearing a jacket or a coat, they suggest you open it and you spread yourself as wide as you can appear.
Fish and Wildlife also recommends making as much noise as you can to scare off a cougar. And if you need to defend yourself, use whatever's around you, like sticks and rocks, to try and scare it off.
Oh, he was just wandering through the neighborhood there. Wow. What a scary sight to wake up to.
It's now 6:42.
Breast cancer is on the rise. And after the break, we'll have some tips for prevention you can start right now. We're sharing one inspiring story coming next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Bring on the holidays and shape your Christmas world with the Plant Farm. Don't forget to book your spot for the annual Poinsettia Tours. Bring home a Plant Farm poinsettia today, because life is better in the garden.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Kyle with Bill's Heating, here to take a look at your furnace.
I thought you guys were teamed up with Gonzaga. Where's the basketball player?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We do have Davis Fogel on standby.
Standby?
Oh, yeah. Whenever one of us needs him, we just shout his name.
What?
Watch.
Whoa, it's like magic.
Actually, he just made me wait around the corner.
Exactly. It's magic.
Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
Problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods dissolve completely and have Dawn, breaking down up to 100% of tough stuck-on foods. Cascade Platinum Plus.
Touchdown on savings at George Key Kia Spokane. We're clearing out all new 2025 Kias at huge discounts to make room for the new 2026 Kias on the way. Shop over 350 new Kias and score big. Locally owned, family operated, always exceeding your expectations with unbeatable deals and exceptional customer service. Don't miss this chance to save. Visit George Key Kia Spokane off I-90 and Liberty Lake, or shop anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
Born and raised in Spokane, Zach Sapone is a teacher who understands our challenges to get ahead. Zach goes above and beyond, standing up for working and middle-class families like his own. On council, he's delivered results, making housing more affordable, improving streets and transit, and creating safe, vibrant neighborhoods. Zach knows there's more to be done. That's why he's pushing forward on homelessness, housing, and public safety.
I'm Zach Sapone. I'm asking for your vote so we can keep fighting for everyone to have a fair shot.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you.
we're here as a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swaff and Associates, it got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Bring on the holidays and shape your Christmas world with the Plant Farm. Don't forget to book your spot for the annual Poinsettia Tours. Bring home a Plant Farm poinsettia today, because life is better in the garden.
4 News Now is brought to you by Numerica Credit Union.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:45. Breast cancer rates are on the rise. Fortunately, there have been major advancements in treatment over the last few years that are decreasing mortality.
Research shows that there are steps you can take that may lower your risk. ABC's Olivia Rubin has more.
Do you know your breast cancer risk? While most risk factors are out of our control, like age, gender, and family history, the American Cancer Society estimates that as many as 50 to 70% of breast cancers can be prevented when people adopt risk-reducing behaviors and lifestyle changes. There's no sure way to prevent breast cancer, but the ACS says research shows taking steps like exercising regularly, maintaining a healthy weight, and limiting alcohol may lower your risk or even improve prognosis for those living with breast cancer.
I remember a physician telling me, weight is not your friend.
Breast cancer survivor and dean of the nursing school at Columbia University, Lorraine Frazier, says she was surprised and frightened when she received her diagnosis in 2022 after years of negative mammograms.
I had a double mastectomy, chemotherapy, radiation.
Along with those standard treatments, Dean Frazier says she turned her breast cancer diagnosis into the start of her wellness journey. She decided to prioritize physical activity and healthy eating.
I walked actually 5 miles every day, and I changed the way I ate. Today, I'm stronger than I've ever been. I walk, I work out in my office. I have weights, I lift those.
She stopped drinking alcohol.
Now it's popular not to drink. You know, if people are having a glass of wine, a lot of times if I don't, they say, I don't want one either. I will just have sparkling water for me. So I think, I don't think these are difficult times to be healthy.
And she focused on a work-life balance.
I really pay attention to stress. I didn't before. I actually didn't put myself first. I put other things first. We're women. That's what women do. You put everybody else first.
Even after completing her cancer treatment, Dean Frazier continues those healthy habits, and along with lowering her risk of recurrence, her active lifestyle is making her happy.
I love my life today. If you were to tell me to go back to the way I was living before, I would not do it.
Medical experts say it's important to know your individual risk of breast cancer and listen to your doctor. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, New York.
Isn't she just a rock star?
She's fabulous. And oh, wow, what a gorgeous view of the Gateway, University Gateway Bridge. Oh,
sunrise.
Lovely. Looking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful start to a beautiful day, Matt.
And we're like 30 minutes from the sun officially coming up. So, oh boy.
It's going to get worse. I shouldn't say worse because, it is what it is. But it's going to be even darker for longer soon.
It's going to be what it is.
What it is.
What it is every year.
It'd be what it is. Hey, time changes in just a couple weeks, though.
Right, yeah.
So, and in 2 months, we'll be able to start gaining daylight again. So, think about it that way.
There you go.
Think about it that way. Let's try and keep it positive and embrace the darkness coming our way. 40 degrees in Spokane, clear skies, and then a big difference in Coeur d'Alene, where the fog has really rolled in from the lake. 37 right now. And you can see here on the satellite picture, this area in blue signifying that fog, basically from Cougar Bay all the way into the downtown Coeur d'Alene area. I-90 kind of right on the edge of that fog bank. So you head north, it's clear. You head south, you are going to be dealing with limited visibility as you head into the downtown area. A broad view here this morning. You see some wet weather moving into Vancouver Island. That is a system that's going to move into the western Washington today, but I'm not expecting it to get across the mountains. And so while there may be some cloudiness in places like Wenatchee or in the Mount Howe Valley today, we will be sunnier and dry and feeling those nice temperatures in the 60s across the inland Northwest this afternoon. May see a few stray high clouds this afternoon as the system works through, and then a cloudier day on Thursday, cloudier on Friday as well. By midday Friday, the wet weather is starting to roll in with the second system, and this is going to be the big one. We're talking about some soggy conditions on Friday evening for your activities there to start the weekend. And you want to have some indoor plans for this weekend because there's not going to be as many breaks in wet weather as what we've seen with previous storm systems the last couple of weekends where there's been like long stretches where it's been dry. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case. And if there are, the timing may not be good either. Speaking of not good, past travel conditions with the snow levels continuing to drop and drop and drop all the way into Monday morning. As we get into Sunday, we're going to start to be looking out for some difficult past travel. So keep that in mind if you do have travel plans this weekend. You want to be ready for winter weather. We're almost ready for the morning sprint after these messages.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
Last year, I found my daughter playing with a piece of foil, and my world stopped. The panic hit me. Fentanyl, her future, everything flashing before my eyes. Now she's scared to touch anything on the ground. That is unacceptable. I'm Alejandro Barrientos, and she is the reason why I'm running for city council. I support Prop 1, and my opponent does not. I work to make Spokane more affordable for families and seniors and reduce homelessness with compassion and accountability. I'm Alejandro Barrientos, and I ask for your vote.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin? Relieve it in 60 seconds with Aveeno Skin Relief. With soothing triple oat complex, clinically proven to restore skin's moisture barrier for 72-hour hydration. Aveeno.
Attention high school sports fans. Your school could be featured on 4 News Now Game of the Week. Go to KXLY.com, vote for your favorite game, and your team could be the featured game on Friday Night Sports Extra. 4 News Now Game of the Week. Brought to you by BECU.
This season, fall into Coeur d'Alene. Fall is a great time to visit Coeur d'Alene. With awesome weather, fall color cruises, exciting events, a variety of food, beer, and wine selections, and amazing accommodations. It's the perfect time to stay and play in CDA. Visit cdafall.com for more information.
The very core of Shine 104.9 is sharing the gospel.
I was listening to 104.9 continuously. Seems like all the praise songs that came on were exactly at that moment what I needed.
The sun does come up, joy does come in the morning, and there's so many songs that Shine plays that reminds us of that.
Celebrating 80 years in business with discounts for the decades. Up to 80% off store-wide and new furniture collections. The Tin Roof, locally owned, locally loved since 1945.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprints.
A little fog to kick things off, then mostly sunny skies for the rest of the day. We got meteorologist Matt Gray with a look at your forecast.
And Hannah Joy is in studio with the latest on how Spokane Valley Police are asking for your help finding an armed robbery suspect.
But first, Spokane is known for its parks, but some families say they don't feel safe visiting some of our parks anymore. In just a few weeks, Spokane voters will decide on a $240 million levy that the Parks Department says would help address that. This measure is part of the Together Spokane proposal, a joint initiative between Spokane Public Schools and Spokane Parks and Rec. The Parks Department says if passed, 35% of the levy funds would go towards daily maintenance and making parks safer. Spokane Parks says if only the levy passes, it would be able to double its team of Rangers. But if the levy and the school bond passes, the Ranger team would quadruple, bringing it up to 16. We are still taking questions about the Parks portion of the Together Spokane initiative this week. Just head to the 4 News Now Facebook page to ask your questions or send us an email at news4@kxly.com.
The city of Spokane Valley says all parks have officially been winterized, and with that comes changes the community should be aware of. All the drinking fountains and splash pads are turned off now, and the restrooms are closed. The park hours have also been adjusted. They are now open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Renovations to park facilities will begin January 2nd.
A few areas of fog this morning, mainly around downtown Coeur d'Alene. Will be sunny elsewhere as we get our morning going. Light winds today turning from the northeast to out of the south. It's going to help us warm up a little bit. We'll be up to the 60s with sunshine. You might be able to even ditch the sweater for a couple of hours this afternoon. Should be a quite beautiful day in the region.
Construction crews continue working on Freya Street on Spokane South Hill, but the delay is causing ongoing frustration for drivers and neighbors. In the spring, the city told us the project, which spans from 13th Avenue to 21st, was supposed to finish in August, but underground challenges changed the work plans. The city now expects the project to wrap up early next month.
Spokane's getting closer to completing its tiny home village in the West Hills. It's just off of Sunset Boulevard and Government Way and meant for people experiencing homelessness. It was originally supposed to open in September, but the project was delayed due to the permit process. Yesterday, the Community Housing and Human Services Board took a step forward by recommending to the City Council that compassionate addiction treatment run the village. The City Council still has to vote on this recommendation, but the site could be up and running by December.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is set to visit Israel today. That's according to 2 Israeli officials. It would be a remarkable third trip to Israel by a senior U.S. official in a span of just 2 weeks, following visits by President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. This is all an indication of the political capital the Trump administration is using to maintain the Gaza ceasefire. For updates on how the Trump administration will advance negotiations for the next phase of the agreement, tune into Good Morning America.
Police are trying to track down in Spokane Valley a man accused of robbing a 7-Eleven at gunpoint. Police say the man walked into 7-Eleven at North Park Road just after 2 o'clock Monday morning. They say he grabbed a few things and pulled out what appeared to be a gun. Authorities say he is white, about 30 to 40s, wearing a dark jacket with a hood. If you recognize him or know anything at all, call police immediately. 509-477-3325.
The medical examiner's office released the name of the man who was shot and killed in Spokane's Logan neighborhood Friday night. 46-year-old Sean Cranford died from gunshot wounds to his torso and lower leg. Spokane police say Cranford and the shooter knew each other, but they haven't released any information on the shooter's identity. An arrest hasn't been announced in the shooting either. Police want anyone with information to call Crime Check. That number is 509-456-2233.
Spokane is in a domestic violence crisis. Every year, our area reports some of the highest DV rates in the state and even the country. In Spokane, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 10 men are victims of domestic abuse. Spokane has several resources to turn to, but right now, those organizations are taking a serious hit due to federal funding cuts. Where can people go to get the help they need, and how are those cuts impacting our community? Watch Natalie's special report tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
This is your community, and your stories deserve to be heard. At 4 News Now, we're here to listen, connect, and bring you the news that truly matters. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
The purpose of a city council is to represent its residents, to improve community life, and to guide city operations for the benefit of its citizens. So, how's your Spokane City Council doing? Our elected officials have forbidden police to stop public camping on our streets. Kate Tellis is also against enforcement. But Alejandro is for stopping criminal activity on our streets while offering real help to those in need. So please, vote for Alejandro to restore our safety.
We're getting married this year. Time to save wherever we can. So we tried a different detergent. Seemed like a good deal.
The detergent was so watered down it left our clothes with stains and dinge.
My favorite shirt became my PJs.
And I'm not risking mine.
We're back with Tide.
Tide's the real deal.
It's got to be Tide. Boosted.
Sun coming up here in about 19 minutes or so in the Spokane area. Dealing with some fog over in Coeur d'Alene. Things are going to be nice for this afternoon with temperatures in the 60s. A little cooler, a little cloudier for Thursday. The rain is going to show up as we head into Friday evening. Stick around through the entirety of the weekend, along with much cooler weather.
Well, thanks so much for starting your Wednesday with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
We've loved having you along. We will see you throughout the day with live local updates coming up on Good Morning America. GMA starts now. Have a great morning.